right, so welcome everybody to 21 days to inner calm on your fertility journey. I want you to find a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on the floor right now. You don't have to be. If you're in a chair, that's okay. If you're on a bench, that's okay. The most important thing is that you are comfortable, okay? All right, so we're going to start with our eyes open, and this itself is a mindfulness practice that I want to encourage you to use today and throughout your week, okay? And it's noticing how we use our eyes, okay? And the eyes are directly linked to what branch of the nervous system that we're in, okay? And when we really, really focus on a screen, on our phones, this can trigger the sympathetic response in our autonomic nervous system, which is linked to the stress response, okay? So when we open our eyes and we open up our field of view, this just in itself, just this little act of changing how we're using our gaze, this can initiate the relaxation response. Okay, so right now, see if you can just listen to my voice. Don't stare directly at the screen. Okay, find a focal point that's somewhere behind. Okay. And as you're doing this, begin to notice your breath. And as you're looking forwards, begin to widen your field of view. So you're looking forwards at a point, but then you begin to also broaden your field of view so you can see what's on the left and you can see what's on the right. This is your peripheral vision. As you're doing this, soften your eyes. The eyes are still open, but they're becoming soft. The eyelids might begin to feel heavy. And see, this is a very subtle change with the eyes, but see if you can imagine that you're pulling your eyes just a little bit deeper into the eye socket. Okay, so you can imagine, you can pretend that you're trying to see out of the back of your head. The eyes are still open, still softening the eyes using the peripheral gaze. See if you can notice right now if you feel a shift. And if you don't, that's okay. It's going to come with time. It's going to come with practice. And repeat this practice again today. Just notice if the way that you're using your eyes, if that has changed slightly how you feel internally. Maybe a little bit more calm, maybe a little bit more grounded. Okay, and if you want to let the eyes close now, if you want to let the eyelids close, go ahead, let the eyelids close. If you prefer to keep the eyes with a soft gaze open, that's okay too. So now we're going to shift what we're paying attention to. And this is what we're working with. We're working with what we pay attention to, what we're noticing, our awareness. Now you're drawing your awareness, your attention to your breath. And there's a few things we're going to notice about the breath. So first, I want you as much as possible to just let the body breathe naturally without trying to change the pattern yet. And notice how it feels to breathe right now. What is a quality? What is a word that you might associate with the feeling of the breath? Does it feel easeful? Does it feel fluid? Or maybe it might feel a little bit tight, a little bit constricted. Just notice. We aim to notice without judgment, with equanimity. So our observations, they are not good or bad. They simply are. Next, notice where you feel your breath in your body. Do you feel your breath in your chest? Do you feel your breath in your abdomen, in your belly? Do you feel the breath in the lower abdomen, closer to your pelvis, wherein lies the womb? Simply noticing. When you breathe naturally, what is your natural pattern of breath? There's a lot of information that we can learn about our nervous system simply through the pattern of our natural breath. If you notice that the breath is caught up higher in the body, in the chest, in the upper abdomen, see if you can let the breath go all the way down to the pelvis, to the low belly, low abdomen. And one way to do this is you can take your hands to the low belly, to the low abdomen. You can practice inhaling and letting the low belly expand into your hands. And then exhale and let the low belly retract. Just try doing that for a few rounds of breath. Relaxing the low belly, inhaling, letting it expand into the hands. And then exhale, let it soften without effort. I'm going to start to introduce a few more pauses, a little bit more silence. You can ease into the silence. Continue to notice the breath. See if you can trace the breath with your mind, with your attention. Notice the inhale all the way to the top of the inhale. Then there might be a brief pause. And then exhale all the way to the end of the exhale. Very slight pause at the end of the exhale for the beginning of the inhale. You can imagine it like a straight up on the inhale, and then a straight down on the exhale. You might prefer a little bit more of a circular visual image, tracing a circle. Inhale all the way to the top of the circle. Pause. And then exhale all the way to the bottom of the circle. And then pause. The final thing that I invite you to notice is what is the length of your inhale and what is the length of the exhale. Notice if they are the same length or if one feels a little bit longer than the other. For today, we're simply going to notice. And I invite you to bring this curiosity of the way that you breathe naturally throughout your day. Bring this curiosity with you into the rest of your day today. Whenever you can remember, no matter what you are doing, you could be waiting in line at a store, you could be sitting in the car. We can always take a moment to check in, tune in, notice how we are breathing. I invite you, if you feel called to take two hands to your heart or the hands in prayer in Namaste. Take your chin down slightly, lengthening the back of the neck, turning towards your heart, honoring yourself, honoring the fact that you're here, or maybe you're practicing with the recording, you're doing it. Celebrate. Set an intention to be curious about your breath for the rest of today. The light in me sees and bows to the light in you. Together we are one. Namaste.